All right. Is it working again? I'm back. So crazy. Sorry, guys. Like, my internet died. It's back, though. I don't even know what happened. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Don't worry. I freaked out and tried fixing my internet rather than coding, so hopefully you guys didn't miss anything. Aside from not being able to do... All right. We're getting somewhere. I commented out the slider stuff, so we're only working on button now. We're going to get button working, and then we'll move to slider. I just want to see if this architecture is even going to work. The other stuff I had would work. I just didn't like it because I didn't like that we couldn't just switch out how it draws and have a lot. I wanted more logic shared. I guess it still had plenty of shared logic. All right. All right. Okay, is that the only thing it's complaining about? No, the button handler. We never did the create. Yeah, it never made me create that. All right, we're going to throw that in here. All right. Now, for now, we're just going to, let's just do the fluent one. Let's go rename that thing because that is not a handler. It's a drawable now. Rename fluent button. Okay. All right. Let's try hooking this thing in. I have no idea what it's going to do. Let's go. And let's go look in here. We're going to add a new one of these. Isn't that where I put that? There we go. All right, so now we'll go to our app. Oh, common app. No, we'll just do it in our app. In our samples, we have our My App. That's what we'll do. We'll just do override configure. Use graphic controls. Do the base, and then, yeah, we'll be good. So we're gonna use the base, and then we'll throw ours in there. So now that's how we just hooked in our graphics controls. So now buttons. Do I have a button? Where's a button? There's a button. Let's move you to the top. Why didn't you format right? Oh, well. Let's just run this. See what happens. Oh, I was running on Android. I did not mean to do that. Meant to run on iOS. It's way faster. That's right. We'll try Android first. Moment of truth. I'm going to go refill my... Oh! All right. That freaked out. All right. Let's go to iOS. It's just faster build cycle. And now I want to go refill my water really quick. And I'll be right back.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer. All right. All right. Now we're seeing some errors, and I can handle that. All right. I was expecting that one. We didn't even deal with that. What we'll do here is just... I don't know if I like that. View is... Actually, let's just do this right. There. That's right. I like it. Muy bueno. All right, so that's their current state. We don't have the state. The drawable needs to know the state. We can fix that. We can fix that. All right, so what we'll do here... We'll just put that there. And we need to make sure that the graphics... Where did I put that? That's under the handlers. I need to clean this crap up. All right, here, control state changed. Drawable dot, actually we should just do it up here, not under the handler. Hey, thanks. Whoa, hey Luce, welcome, welcome. How's it going? I keep forgetting that my pop-ups are ugly. I keep meaning to change it. Current, no, we want drawable. How's it going? Drawable dot state. Was that the drawable? Thanks for the follow, guys. Thank you, thank you. We're let me pause and actually say what we're working on. We are working on .NET Maui. And more specifically, we are working on
getting the infrastructure in place to make it easy for people to do custom drawn controls. So that way you can have really pretty controls that just swap out the way it draws on each platform. When we're doing it, so we're porting everything to work on Microsoft.Maui.Graphics, which is the new cross-platform drawing code layer we have, which will allow you to draw using a cross-platform way, and in the end it works down. Hey, thanks for the follows. In the end, it works on any of the drawing platforms that Maui goes, as well as Skia. You can opt into drawing on Skia. Now, we're in the process of just digging through a couple of these things. And as we're doing that, we're also digging into Comet, because I'm doing it in Comet just because Comet's a nice API, and I like Comet. So we're using Maui, Comet, and drawing code to draw custom drawn UI. This initial framework setup is a little slow. I'm almost done with that. Almost, I think. And once that's done, then we're going to start actually building some more controls. And the control start's actually pretty fun. And there's actually an entire library that Javier has. Where's Javier's library? New window. And it is GitHub. Do I not? Do I not? Oh, GitHub doesn't have a nice search on here? Is it graphics controls or is it graphics controls? I can't remember. There it is. This guy. Oh, it's not on Javier's anymore. It's on .NET. That's why I couldn't find it. So he's actually already gone through and done a lot of this. But this is all done using Skia and using the old Xamarin Forms style API, not all the new Maui hotness. So I'm working on getting it set up so it'll be really easy to port this stuff to Maui. So once we get through this initial stuff, then we'll jump over to his library. And he has some in his, and we'll probably use his. I'm guessing Comet has a bunch of the Skia stuff too, but I'm willing to bet Javier's stuff's nicer than mine. Let's be honest. All right, so I have a few controls in here. Yay. Which we could touch those or use those. Actually, all the code's actually in the Skia handler folder. But that's what I started from, was using my button stuff, but I'm going to throw mine away and I'm going to use his stuff. And after that, maybe we'll work on some animations. That way we can animate these things and make them beautiful. All right. All right, that looks good. So what we'll do here, actually, I'm trying to think. Now that I think about animation, I wonder if that's even right, what I'm just trying to do right there. Don't get small. Don't do that. How about, so what we're looking at, we're looking at our drawable. And on the drawable, we want to set the, I'm just going to set the, what did I name that? I just added that. Right here in front of everybody. And now I can't find it. Didn't I? I'm not crazy. This was recorded. Did I put it on here or something? Now I feel like I'm going crazy. I guess I didn't. I could have sworn I just added that property. I did. I added it onto view drawable. Wrong place. Okay. I was like, I'm going crazy. All right, so let's go. That's fine. We need it there. Let's go add it to the interface as well. All right, so now we'll have the control state there. All right, so now in the graphics handlers, we'll do drawable. It's there. All right, we fixed that. We didn't, current state now exists because we just added that. So let's build. Might work. It might.
60% of the time, it works every time.
It's building. We haven't gotten that far yet, guys. Like I said, this code I was generated from Figma. We have the Figma Sharp lib. I have a branch of that generated Skia code into a format I wanted. And it was fully animated, which was really sweet. And so we might come back to that. What do you mean? There's a T view drawable is an I view drawable. I named it different, didn't I? Ha ha ha. I can code, I promise. There we go. Figma to comment. Yeah, so I was doing it a while ago. So Figma Sharp, have you guys seen Figma Sharp? Do you guys know Figma Sharp? I think it's on .NET now too. Nope. I know I have it on my GitHub. What did we name it? What? We deleted it and moved it. I still have the code locally though. Haha, you can't get rid of it that easy. But I thought it got moved somewhere. Microsoft. It's on Microsoft, not .NET. There we go. All right, so I have a fork of this. And this does it in a different way. This makes native UIs and then adds some decorator view stuff. My fork uses its parsing and then generated code. So if we look at the old comment code in the Skia, oh, I have a branch that has that on it. Let's go to, I only have one. Personally, I have one. I have a couple test accounts where I'm doing random things, but I have one account that I use, and it's a lot nicer that way. And actually, it's on .NET now, not mine. But hey, it redirected. Okay, so if we go to the Fluent branch, this is what I was working on for this, and I need to redo it now again, so it's not Skia. But if we look at my Fluent button, this code is the code I wrote for a button. Not much code. But then this code is all generated. Also not much code, but that drew the Fluent button and it works really well. And then I did the same thing for the progress handler, and it has emoji support because our designers at Microsoft use emojis in their layers. So, and this stuff is fully animated. So if I go to the toggle, it actually goes and grabs the control positions. So it says hey, this is the handle. This is the handle's rectangle when it's on. This is the handle's rectangle when it's off. And it knows how to just animate between all this stuff, which is pretty sweet. It's here's how to draw the handle. It's pretty awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. So I'm going to eventually, once we get this stuff going and we come up with stuff, I will create something that takes the Figma stuff and generates these drawables, not the handlers, but these drawables. So that way we can try doing them quickly. Oh, ha! That's why you said value with the star. I can't spell either. All right, I know what I did wrong. I named it current state in my stuff, not control state. So if I name things right and I make them the same everywhere, now I can go to here. Naming is hard. I'm the worst namer ever. My wife only let me name one of our kids because of that. And I don't name my own projects. Anything that I've named, any product that I've named all my years at Xamarin was renamed because my names suck. We actually use, committees are pretty good at doing some of that stuff. Ortonel's not too bad at naming. I did joke when we were having our daughter, I wanted to name her Kairi after the Kingdom Hearts character. And my wife's like, no, I was only half serious. I knew she wouldn't go for it, but it's funny. Oh, I already had the override. So the sample's building. We're all the way up to the sample. This might work. Moment of truth. I know, I thought it would have been cool. But yeah, no, I got Ixnay on that one. So I still won. I still got to name my daughter anyway. We named her Kaya instead, but that's the only name I got to pick. And it's still a sense of, it still is a source of contention even all these years later. All right, let's see. Let's go. It's going. It's going to try and draw. Oh, bring this over. And it might blow up on us. Or show us nothing. All right, we got a breakpoint. Why is it crashing? All right. Graphics button handler. That's on me. Yes, I did not finish filling this thing out. That's on me. All right, we can fix this though. So, the way this works normally is you also have, and this is going to do this. ViewHandler.mapper. That's my bad. All right. Let's see if that works. That's right. We're getting somewhere. Let's see if this goes, and if it works, maybe we can try hot reloading code. Try switching to the material one on the fly. Might work. Might not. All right. Let's see something. These build cycles are so slow, though. That's why hot reload's going to be so important. Uh-oh. Come on. What are you complaining about now? Button? Oh, button's abstract? That's old code. It was abstract. It's not now. All right. Drawing layer. This is just going to use the view handler dot. All right. Once we switch to something like a slider, that's when these drawing layers and stuff will come in. But for now, we don't need them.
I like how it complained originally that there was no constructor, and then I gave it the constructor, then it complains that it's abstract. And you think it would have complained about being abstract from the beginning. All right, it's going. But the beautiful thing about this is hopefully we'll be able to do all of like the logic code. And then the only thing that needs to be on those other things are the drawings. So if you would like to try, yeah, we should even be still to do like the draw the ripple effect on the backgrounds on material and not fluent. We have no size. Where's our button? Let's see if that's being used. All right, what's our size? Height of 2. That can't be right. Font size is 0. Of course the label's only going to be 2. All right, so we're going to need to do stuff for default size. Wonder what the default should be. You know what? This is where those styles come in. What I do on the old code, I'm just going to go look at my old code just for kicks. So the way comment works with stuff, let's go look at a comment, because this is a comment button. Let's go look at what it's doing. Get font null. It returns a null font, which font's a struct, so it can't be null. And what happens if I do? I'm just curious what's in that. Actually, we need a breakpoint there. We'll leave it where we have it at the button. If not, actually, this is an easy fix. Because we can just go into our sample. I don't want to have to do this, but we can. We can. But I thought on my fluent stuff, my fluent I had default values. I do have default font sizes. This doesn't take into account the drawing, or I mean the size. So we need to call the drawable. This is where, okay, so the button handler, let's just do that at the base level. So at the graphics control handler, why am I not? It's because that's abstract. So that's why we just add it to the button handler. Let's just add this to the graphics control. And we should cache this, but it's all right. We're going to do perfect, and this will just return
Drawable dot. Oh, come on. My ID is just like crawling. You can select, I promise. Dot. Oops. All right, let's do that. Now it's that also needs the view. All right. Let's try that. So now the Fluent drawable will take into account that there is no font. I think. We'll see. We're getting somewhere. All right. You can do this. No height. Didn't call this. Why didn't it call that? What? Why? That's really, really odd. It's using this thing, right? Because I still have it on the button handler. Why did that not save? All right, here it goes. This will be the time it works. It has to. What else could be wrong? All right, it's hitting our breakpoint now. Yes, yes. Why you crash? All right, move this breakpoint. What's null? Virtual view is null. Right. Right. We set that before draw, which is not technically right. What we need to do is override set virtual view. Let's do that.
All right, it's running, it's running. All right, now virtual view is not null. Debugger. I'm just gonna, nope, something's null. Get desired size is happening first. How is that order out? We should never measure. Okay, so that is a comment button. So it could be the casting we did. Say what? All right, I'll manually go there. I'll manually do it if you're not going to take me there. All right, so our view drawable. We have our view. Get set. And we set it. Oh, hold on. Did I... Where do we get our drawable? Are we recreating that puppy every time? Did I not properly cache that? Where do we... All right, question mark equals. We were recreating it every single time. So of course, when you recreate every time, it's null. Sometimes my code is too clever for my own good. All right, gotta have this basic stuff done. Then we can work on controls. All right. There we go. Much better. We have a font and a size. Which means we have a size. Yes. We don't see it. So I wonder if it's our drawing code. Let's give this button a background color. Oh, it already has a background color of blue. All right, let's remove that breakpoint. Let's go look at our drawing code. All right, so if I go here, space, no, something is coming across with no size. I have code that tells me that. So this actually isn't drawing at all. Yes, our draw code is never being called. I think I know why. This is it. When we create our native view, I need to tell it that this is the drawable for it. There's nothing ever called our draw method. All right, should be better. All right, now we're getting our draw call. Now this is getting its draw call. Yes. It's tiny. Our measurement's wrong. It's really tiny. But it's there. Why is it so tiny? All right, for kicks. Is our draw text going? All right, we have the font. And we're telling it to draw. It's so tiny. All right, let's go in here. And let's give our Fluent button a minimum height. Just for kicks, right? Now, when we get our size, okay, get desired size. Actually, no, it's max. Whichever one's bigger. Let's see if that makes it better. Maybe. And the drawing, it not knowing the size doesn't shock me. We'll get there. We'll get there. Run, run, run. All right, so let's just... Our rectangle's bigger. And we have text in there now. It's not the right color, though. We're not actually... No, fill color. Clicking on it's not working. Right, right. I know why. Because I didn't actually hook all that stuff up yet. That's working, though. It's drawing, at least. Measuring's wrong, but it's drawing. Why is my debugger not working? I wonder if for text that's the right thing. I'm going to go look really quick at... Let's go look in this, and I just want to look at the samples on text. Wow. Canvas.stroke color. That's what I was figured. Oh, I shouldn't have stopped and started. I wonder if that would have hot reloaded right. The drawable might not have until I hot reloaded the button handler. All right, let's see if that goes. Man, these core changes just take so long. Dang it, didn't work. All right, let's just try. Now, if I save that, it's not going to do it, right? Leave that there, press play. Now, if I hot reload the button handler, since it's what creates that, now it should be right. All right, that hot reload, because it's, you can tell because it's all confused. Still not green though. How do I set text color? Does this? I'm just not seeing. I might just ping John really quick on Discord, see if he's around. Hey, this has colors. Font color. Of course. All right, that was easy. All right, so now we're testing if the hot reload works. When I hot reload the handler, since it depends on that. Actually, once you hot reload one of them, it should always work. That worked. We have yellow text. That's not bad. All right. If I change it to green, that hot reloads font family. No, I can bold this, can't I? I don't know if this is working yet. It's not. All right, let's see if we can. That was working the material ones though. All right, so let's go here. The material one crashed. No, it didn't crash. It just didn't draw any It's really confused. All right. It drew something. I didn't actually do anything for the material button. There's no drawing overrides. All right, so this has a size with padding. Okay, we just need to get touches working. Touches are not working yet, so we need to do that. Now to do that, we are going to need a native graphics view thingy. That's why I started on that and didn't finish it. So what we're doing right now is our graphics, we're not getting any touch interactions yet. And that's because our graphics view, we have our graphics control handlers. We have this guy, right? Well, on each platform, it creates this native graphics view. That's awesome, right? We have native graphics view. That is this thing. So dun dun dun, there is not like in each one of these, there's this native graphics view, right? This is a UI view or NS view or Android view or whatever. It doesn't get any touches and it doesn't know how to pass those things on. So we need to subclass this native view on each platform. And then it will take the touches and it will pass that thing in. So what we'll do is for now, let's go to platform. All right. Now I don't remember what that was called. Native, what is it? Native. No, I copied and pasted. My computer's like crying right now. I might have to restart or something. I did not copy that. I think that's right. Now, to make this easy, I think I have all that code already written. I do. I do. I have it. All right. So I'll copy that code over. Oh, this is... All right, so that should bring in what I need there. Now this control delegate, this is on our graphics control. I can't scroll.
So what I want to do is when we set this puppy, it's also the drawable. Set. Actually, we can just do on this thing. All right. That should be good. All right, I'm just going to click build, see what happens. Let's hope that builds. And if so, on iOS, we should now get touches. You're right. That does need a semicolon. Compilers are great. If only they were faster. Is that going? It's on to the sample. Oh. So on that, all right, so in there, we have a thing. I have logic. So I'm trying to remember where this does that. One of these takes care of all of that, whether the points inside. I don't remember which one. This computer's crying. This is the one we just had up. Oh no, look, this one, this is the one I wanted. Ah, yes, this is the one I wanted. Grabbed the wrong one.
And the logger doesn't exist, so we're going to... All right, perfect. Let's run that. Maybe that's all I needed. That's looking good. Looking good. Like, I still have never gotten IntelliSense on this stuff. I might restart Visual Studio in a second. All right, this was an extension method, I think. Oh, not that. Yeah, I thought I copied that over. Graphics control. Where is it complaining about? So bool points contain equals and that might be wrong. I need to... Yeah, because that's not on that interface. So we need to bring that interface over here. All right, so we will add that to here. And then we'll just add the default to we're almost there. Okay, so inside of here, we'll do okay, so we've got that now. That bounds. Okay, when it's on resize, we get that perfect. So we have the size. Now the only other things missing is touch enabled. Now, for now, we're just going to say true. Oh, that was already there. I knew we had that there. Oh, touch enable's already there. It's just not on the interface. We'll go with that. Oh. Yeah, I fixed it. I fixed it. Build again. the build time. It's painful. So painful. Clicking! Clicking! It's working! It's working! Our button clicks! That's awesome. Now let's go back to the Fluent. It's pretty nice. Wait, did it stop clicking? It's working. It's just... I wonder if it's not working every click. It's working though. What's that color? Wait, why when I specified the color here, are we not getting that on the material one? Right. Well, I know part of it is on our view handler, view drawable, this guy, draw text. That's wrong. But our background color, let's do... says it's blue. Something's overriding the white. And we have a border on that one. Is there some code I don't know of? All right, well, I just fixed the text color. All right, let's see what's going on in there. That's just weird. Like our view drawable sets a background color. And we get our text color now. Nothing else draws. How did that not draw blue? Oh. Am I somehow... It's still black. I could be using that API wrong. And I also thought my Fluent buttons had a lot more code, or my material buttons were more than that. Yeah, it has a draw background. Has a very fancy draw background. All right, well, let's go grab that. All right, so if we do our Fluent or material drawable, now this is using
All right. All right, so let's do that. Now, the difference is Comet had control state built into it. So I could always say, hey, what's the background color for this control state? Which was really awesome for drawing these things. We don't have that. So what we need to do is transform these things. So yes, homework. Don't forget your homework. That's funny. You're actually watching me. So Virtual Roller Coaster is someone I met playing Apex Legends. So kind of funny. Seeing crossover between video games and work. All right, so what this thing does, this calculate background color, I think we're going to use this. So based on the state, it will take the current color and merge it with gray. Okay? So I think what we're going to do is we'll take the default color. Let's just use this. I think that's actually right, because now I'm not using a default color, I'm grabbing a color. We're going to ignore this radius stuff because we're just not doing that yet. I'm just reading code again to make sure I'm doing stuff right. All right, so in here, now what we'll need to do is canvas dot fill. Do these have a rounded rectangle by default? I think so. Let's go look at that root, and that'll tell us. So if we go to our control, draw control.draw background. It's somewhere in here. All right, draw background. Yes, we just draw a rectangle. We're just gonna draw a rectangle for now then. All right, so we're gonna draw a rectangle and we'll first say canvas.fill color equals background color. And then we'll just draw that rectangle. So now saving that, again, I don't think it's gonna update that. Nope, it won't, which makes sense. Once we do this button handler, we should be able to hot reload this code now. Stop pausing. All right, so let's hot reload this thing. Now it should use our new draw code, I thought. That didn't fire though. Although that's the same thing we were doing here though. All right, let's go to our Fluent thing. Let's put a breakpoint in here and see if we can. No, that's the Fluent one. Okay. Background color is blue. Sounds right. But why isn't it drawing blue then? Do I have to do... I should be able to just draw a rectangle. Let's go check graphics. There's something in here I'm missing. Inside the portable, hopefully we'll find it in here. I hope. Draw a rectangle. So stroke color. Check that out. Remove that breakpoint. Just to see if that was needed to trick that. Hey, that has a blue border now. I wonder if I need to do canvas.fill rectangle. Fill rectangle, not draw. That's it. We'll go fix that on the... There we go. There we go. Now if I click on it, control state's not changing. I was really hoping maybe on control state changing, we're not invalidating. Let's check that. Okay, so fluent drawable. This one. Yes, when I click, it's not changing the state. All right, that's easy to fix. That's super easy to fix. Let's go to the graphics controller. In here, we'll just invalidate on state change, which makes sense. So I am building, this is a new UI framework, and we're working on the custom controls. So this is a new UI framework that we're building, and it's just an easier way to build apps. And what I'm working on now is the custom drawn controls. So that way we can make, if you have a button on an iPhone, you can make it look like an iPhone button, or you can choose to use a custom drawn control. So it'll look any way you want. So it can look like Android, or it can look like however your app needs it to look. And so we're working on the basics of having these different styles. So that way some people want their app, if they're writing it for iOS or they're writing it for Android, they want those buttons to look the same. So this is cross-platform. So all of this code I'm doing in this drawing layer is going to run on iOS or on Android. So if I figure out what a button should look like for my app using a Fluent style or a Material style, then if I say, hey, use Material buttons, my buttons are all going to be Material everywhere. So, okay, let's see if that worked now. So it's a way to make your apps look and feel the same. All right, that's filling different. Let's remove the breakpoints. Now, when we hover, the color changes. And that's this code doing that. So that's awesome. Now this radius stuff is something I want to add back in. What we did in the comment versions is when you clicked, wherever you clicked from, there would be a dot that would go, and then I eventually was doing for the long press, so it would do another one that would circle fill, which is pretty cool. Right, I know why this is supposed to. Inside of comment, we had clip shape, and these buttons had a clip shape. And the clip shape was a rounded rectangle. See, draw border, got the fill shape. And that's why these were rounded rectangles there. And the same with the clip shape. In shadows. And none of that's in Maui yet. So until we add that stuff to Maui, that's why these buttons aren't round. Because we did that. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, so now that a button is working, let's ditch my code. And this is actually kind of nice to do that default color. We might bring that into the core layer, so that way you can run any color through it and say, hey, what should we do to this color? And if we were to disable that, which, do I have a way to disable that? I don't know if we did that. Button, I don't know. And no, we don't have anything that pulls that thing out yet either. So I don't have a way to change that. But now I can ditch the blue and it should go white, I'd guess. White, yep. And then also that yellow is horrible. Or if I was to go blue and then we ditch the color, it'll go back to the default black. Perfect, perfect. All right. I think we have the basis now. We didn't finish Android yet. We'll get there. But I think that is a good basis now for these custom controls. So I can keep live streaming or I can end. If I keep going, let's commit some of this stuff. This is a hot mess, what I have in here. Let's get some of this in. What we'll do is we'll work on bringing Javier's controls back so they can compile. And I only have iOS working with touch interactions. Android, we haven't done that yet, but that'll be super easy to do. Added, all right, so now that that exists, we can build some other stuff. Let's get Javier's controls back. All right, so we need to do a slider handler. And the next control will be a lot easier to do. Just this first one's going to be rough because he already has existing code. All right, so we'll add our iDrawable slider in. Should have made that as an interface. iDrawable. And it's a slider. I think that's what we call those things, right? Yes, iSlider. So let's go grab these things, bring it into here. All right, and we also need to bring in, this lives in, I gotta make the namespaces match. And the idea is we're gonna move these out of Comet, so they're not in the Comet. These will be in the Maui repo long-term. I'm just prototyping here though. Okay. Maybe what I do to continue this is we work from Javier's repo. Well, it's on the .NET repo now, but yes, you get my point. All right. All right, so we have that. What's this complaining about? There's no input from my slider handler to, oh yes, because I need to change this over to let's implement the abstract stuff. And so this is the first time we're going to actually have to bring in the handler stuff. So, the draw mapper stuff. So inside of the draw mappers, the Fluent, did it have a different one? No, they both have the same. So we're going to do it at this level. So what we should have done even for the other one is we'll do draw mapper, and this will be an iSlider drawable, and it will be iSlider.
And actually, I just need to do come on. I need to restart the IDE. This is insane. All right, view handler. Dot draw mapper, we'll take the default one. All right, do we already have a? There, now that'll be happy. All right, that's perfect. Now this is gonna get a couple extra things. So if we look at what we have here, all right, I'm going to take a really quick break while I restart my IDE. Go refill my water, restart the IDE. I'll be right back. This is killing me.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
All right, it's back. Let's hope it's going to behave now. All right, so now that we have this, we need to do, where did that go? That's acting snappier already. All right, so we need to add in draw track progress, draw thumb. Those two things are going to be needed for this. So inside of, where do we put all? I just want to make sure I grab that signature right. So I'm going to grab this. We're going to add it over to our slider stuff. So we need draw thumb. And we can type these. So we'll have that as a draw thumb. And then also on there, it was thumb, progress. Okay, thumb and progress. All right, and I think that's all we need on those. So now we can go over to here and we'll clean some of this stuff up. And some of this we might be able to bring down, but let's go with that. All right, so instead of being a slider handler, we are now going to rename this to be Fluent. All right, and it is going to just do view drawable. And then it will be Sorry, we want it to be I slider drawable. And we're going to implement all those interfaces. This draw mapper, we're going to drop out of here. This is going to go to slider handler. So did he pass stuff in? Okay, it did. So we don't need the background. We are just going to need these two. And we'll just generate those methods. And I'm actually going to be lazy and go grab those from view handler because I like the... Oops, not cut. Copy. All right. And where was I? I was in the slider handler. ID slowing down already. And then drawable.draw thumb. No, that was track. Did I not do a draw track? All right, we don't have track progress. We need that too. How did I miss that? Maybe the progress was the track. I'm going to do it anyway. We'll remove it if we don't need it. It's slowing down already. All right, so inside of here, well, I don't like how I can't see. That might have been the progress one. All right, so now this one, we're going to tell it to... Canvas, dirty rect, and view. All right, I love the new typed mapping. I'm going to show this off to the forums team, and I wonder if we'll be able to get this into the Maui property stuff, because this is actually really nice. It's really hot. I like it. All right. Okay, so we've got that. Now, this is also not an abstract class anymore. Do I need that? I don't think I need that. We're just going to go with... Yeah, let's just go with this. Let's just do... I want to keep this as simple as possible. We are going to need our own mapper because we're going to need to map to some properties in here. Ah, he didn't have a map? No, he doesn't. Okay, so we're going to add in our own map for like when progress changes. I'm just going to stick with that. And now inside of this, we are going to pass in name of slider.value. which is pretty much what you do for everything in a slide or in these controls. Just invalidate. If there's a value, we're going to validate that. All right, so what else? Progress, track. And then we probably need it for all the range stuff. You know, I'm doing all these wrong. We're going to hammer and validate. That's how all of these need to be. All right, so let's go to this one and fix that. So the difference between the action ones and the non-action ones, these get called when you initialize the setting. And we're just going to call it invalidate, 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 invalidate. It's dumb. We only want to call that right away. Okay, you're talking about what syntax is 23. This right here, this is just an initialization syntax for a dictionary. So, yeah. It's, you're saying for this key, this is the value. It's the same as this. Yeah, it's just a really clever way to initialize a dictionary. So it's the same if I was to have like, dictionary string, right? You could bring that in, equals new, and we don't even need all this nonsense. But now inside of here, I can say key equals. That's my favorite way to set up a dictionary, because you can just see what the value, this value equals this one. There's the other syntaxes that's also valid. It's the same exact thing as this, but I don't like that syntax as much. I like the explicit of the equals, so. All right, I'm gonna close my office really quick. We are dog sitting a dog right now, and this dog barks nonstop. It's a Pomeranian. It's a little tiny dog, and I used to really like having a small dog. We used to have a Chihuahua, but after having a Golden Doodle for so long with a big dog and just the way they behave, big dogs are nice. All right, so let's implement abstract class. That'll be our, we don't need that. You are going to bring in our draw mapper and our property mapper. All right, so that looks good. That looks good. Our create drawable, this is going to do for now, we need to do a switching mechanism to switch between the two drawables. Since I only have the fluent one, we're going to stick with that. Now our drawing order, that's something we haven't done yet. And that's going to be different now. So if we look at our fluent slider, he should have the draw stuff in here, I thought. No, did he not do the layer stuff? All right. So what I did in the old Comet slider stuff. So we build all this out, right? Here's the mappers. There's the mappers. And the only one I called it redraw instead of invalidate. It doesn't matter. All the same thing. But I had this. This thing I like. And I'm going to want to bring this back to some extent at some point, because it's not just the default layers. So on the slider handler,
the slider handler, we're going to say, hey, let's go get the view handler dot default, right? And I to-list that thing. Now in Comet, I have this stuff. Which I'll want to bring over. But I say for these layers, right now we just have them named track progress. No, does he have individual ones? Let's go look at what we have. Map background. Okay, so he just has background, and we'll just stick with that. Background and thumb. So let's go over to our stuff. So we need to add in these layer names, track progress and thumb. And track progress draws on top of. Now all this does is it's a clever way to say, hey, into the old list, insert this after text. So that way the background, the clip, all those will go in the right order. And all right, let's make this Fluent slider drawable actual draw now. Now I'm going to close it and I'm going to rename it because I don't like the name of the file. All right, so now this is oh, it is a view drawable. We did that already. Let's just see if it runs. Oh, these aren't quite right. That's all right. They should be fine. It's going to complain because we don't have the slider drawable stuff implemented, but I'm going to let it complain so then I can implement it automatically. Oh, it's right here. So let's go to draw thumb. Oh, and it was just called draw progress. Maybe track makes more sense. Maybe we'll switch it to that. This doesn't need this. Override. Okay, slider. Draw track. So all of these we don't need. We can clean a lot of this up because we moved that to the common layer. This should have a, oh, view drawable. All right, let's build again. I think we might have his slider working. Then we'll just do the material. And then the next controls will be a lot simpler because, oh, that draw track. Is that happy now? Wait, okay, let's just go to this. We only have one. Let's go add that in. Oh, go faster. And he had it named called, we'll just go with the name he had because why not? His code's better than mine. All right, so now here, I love the strongly typed. Okay, actually, if I don't want to run that yet, because even if it does run, we need to add in all right, let's see what this does. Now, I don't know if we have any of the touch interactions yet on slider. But that's the beautiful thing about doing this architecture we're doing. The slider handler is going to deal with dragging when drag starts. Oh, actually, he might already have a lot of that. No, it's not doing any of the math to figure it out. So if we go look at my old slider handler, it would figure out the, because we have to figure out the progress and then update the actual view of that. See, percent. Oh, why is it on the wrong iPhone and way over there? Our slider's drawing. Let me stop computer. I might need to restart the whole computer. Restarting the IDE was not enough. I at least want to get this back to where Javier had it, so that way he can, if he works on more controls, he'll see the new pattern. And we don't have anything on here for the size. So our size is going to be a joke. No, not that. Okay, let's see if that's going to run. Let's close the crappy iPhone. Do we... That's just for drawing. Nothing about getting the size. All right, so if we look at my old slider handler, we can look at the sizing. Oh. Of course, we needed another iPhone simulator running. All right, our sliders, that's the checkbox. Let's move our slider. Let's change this. Let's change this a little bit so we can actually see what we're getting. All right, so my app. All right. So it's progress then slider. This is the slider. What did it draw? It's supposed to be drawing one at 50%. Our sizing is way off, so we're going to want to implement stuff on that. Now, on my old code, I had... So we're going to want to bring a lot of this code over. I just know we are. So as far as no, I don't want to buy followers. Let me get moderator view back on. Why in the world? There's a way to put this in moderator view. Where is it? Chat settings. There we go. Show mod icons. Much better. Now I can. All right. So what we want to do on here is this has some measure stuff. No, this is not measure. All right. Okay, let's just debug and see what's happening inside our current slider code. So our default's just going to say it's 44 high, which is fine. It will look funny, but that's fine. Where is... We are on the fluent one, right? Let's check out the draw thumb. All right. So we don't... Oh, no, that changes stuff. Never mind. I was wrong on that. Ignore that code. All right, so I want to cause this to reload. I need a button that just says, hey, reload. Why aren't we getting breakpoints? I didn't put any breakpoints. What are we drawing? I just want to see what's drawing and what's not, because I could be messing something up. We haven't done anything with overriding the draw layers yet. What? Why isn't that redrawing? All right, so let's on our graphics control put an invalidate on our set view. Oh, that's hot reloading because that's that up there. Why is our slider not doing anything? Slider. Something is not hot reloading. Thumb color changed. What is it doing? I'm gonna start and stop. Maybe the debugger is confused. We'll need those later. All right, so we have our, this thing gets created. passes this draw mapper in. What's coming out of this drawing layer? That could be telling. All right, what's this doing? Builds are so slow. Am I not passing change as long? Okay, so we get this. It's clip, background, border, text, track progress, thumb, overlay. All right, so we're drawing the background. Minimum track color is null. Now we do the progress. Now we're doing the thumb. What's our rectangle? 390 by 44. It's definitely blue. Clicking on it makes it redraw. Because the control state changed. But why? So we need to do something to figure out the height and stuff. There's no default values though. Also the Y. Why is the slider height set at -1? This should just use its dirty rect. All right, so now to reload that, we're going to have to reload the slider handler. Let's just restart. This is interesting, confusing. I'm just going into that Fluent. So sliders have a height on them, huh? I wonder where that's coming from. Is it from the eye view? I wish the debugger would work. Why is 20 now? Dirty rect is... That should be right. Okay, I can stand behind those values. No, it still did it wrong. Why? Why is it doing those wrong? Those don't have a color, which is fine. We need to have default colors. I'm not leaving that. I'm just curious. Wonder why that's not hot reloading. And I should, once that's done, I want to check why that didn't fire. Maybe my slider in Comet. That should have been fine. Wow, hey, that drew a green line and a fuchsia line, but they're not centered. I think we need to set... All right, so his drawing code, there's something definitely up with this drawing code, which is fine. Totally fine. We'll get there. So let's go into... Maybe one of the other ones are better too. Something set the background to white. See if that makes a difference on those. All right, so let's look at this slider, see if we can get it to draw right. Again, it's using slider height. That should fix them all. I wonder what has that height. Does framework element have a height on it? It does. Should I have set that? I wonder if I'm not doing something right. After layout, if I'm supposed to... Let's go look at a view handler. I could be doing something wrong here. I don't know. That needs figured out, though. But this obviously has some set size requirements. It's certain size, so we can calculate this height better. All right. Just trying to think on that height, where that gets set. Maybe its Comet isn't properly returning those heights. That could be. Hey, it's ugly. It's really ugly because the colors I set. And it doesn't go all the way to the right. Let's go inspect this a little bit more. What's it doing with this text? Oh, is it supposed to be drawing text at the end, the value? Because it's getting the width and it's removing that. I don't know. I'm going to leave it because I don't know what that is. But that's looking better. It really is. All right, so let's implement the height stuff because this obviously has a height. So its height, it wants, let's look at the thumb because that's the biggest thing. So its size is 16. Does it have any padding? All right, so we're just going to, what we'll do is we're just going to override the size on this thing. New size. Let's say instead of 16, we're gonna add we're gonna add a little bit of padding on it. Yeah, we'll just go with it. Its size is 16. Margin and all that's how you do that anyway. And then height constraint. See what that does. Oh no, sorry, width constraint. I did those backwards. Hmm. 16 high, 15 wide. Then let's go take the code I had here and get that tracking percent. And then we'll update the values. I like it. All right. All right, so this has a touch target. The touch target on this is a rectangle that I moved, and I always just drew that. Okay, let's go fill this thing in.
And we don't do it here. We do it on the slider handler. So that way it's super easy. We just have a rectangle to keep track of the touch size. All right, and then I know on the touch stuff, that's drawing, drawing, drawing. So let's override start interaction. Let's go move the touch stuff down. Oh, we already have it here. So start interaction. Let's bring that over too. All right, so we have the is tracking. Actually, we're going to leave some of his code. Wait, that's... Huh? How? That's always false. I'm confused by that code. Their stuff is different because it has the range. So we have the percent, right? All right. So we're going to need to put these two. We're going to put on the iSlider drawable. All right, so we'll put those there. So now on the slider handler, so on the virtual view, the way this works is with it's not really whether you're UI guy or not. This is the framework side. So the framework side has to deal with a lot more things. So when you think about in Comet or in Xamarin Forms, for example, when you create a button, that's what we're calling a virtual view because it's just what we think of a button. So the virtual view is that I button. In this case, it's that slider. It's an I slider, but it's either a Comet slider or it's a XAML slider. It's that view model basically that holds the data to put something really in the real app. And so on iOS, we use a UI slider. On Android, they have a slider control. Here, I'm doing my own custom drawn slider, but I still have that virtual thing. So that's your slider, what you would use in your code. So now I need to communicate to your code and say the value changed. All right, so instead of tracking that, we do drawable. Let's just do there we go. All right. So all right, so we have that, we have that. Now here, what I need to do is we have the percent. What do we do in the actual, I'm gonna go look at the iOS. UI slider, value changed, right here. Is that value just a... All right, and on Android, what do they give us here? On progress change. That's what we need. That's the code I'm looking for. All right. So I'm just going to, let's go over to the slider handler. Not that slider handler. Wrong slider handler. Not that one. This original one. All right. No, progress is all we need. I think that'll be good. We'll find out. And we don't need the invalidate because that value changing will invalidate it. So let's go look and steal this other touch stuff. What's in our end? Okay, we'll leave. All right, so we've got that. We've got the drag completed. On the end interaction, I also say is track equals false. And then now hopefully we'll have some interaction now. Now I don't know, do we have a drag canceled? No, just to start. I don't know what this will do. Hopefully it'll work. If it works right, when I drag that, we'll watch the progress bar change. Right, I didn't do the track rec yet. We're just going to hard code that for right now. All right. So now whenever we draw, why is that? It's right there. What do you mean?
We're gonna have to reset it. So what I did on the other ones is it's not a property. It's just, you know what we'll do here. And in my old code, I move this along. All right, so that works there. There we go. Now I can set this puppy. All right, so that's the track width. All right, so now when we drew our thumb, what we'll do is thumb, what was that called? Touch. I had a thing on where I could easily just set the center. Let's check Comet controls really quick. Comet might have extensions for that, but for the wrong rectangle type. We'll fix it. These right here. These guys. Python, no, this is C#, actually. I write it in a very scripty looking style though, so I can understand. Especially since I only am using C# even for UI. All right, that's to get it. That's funny. All right. Yes, so that'll let me set the center. All right, so if I pass a point in, I wish that they were doing this. We might switch to that, right? So if we have a rectangle, and then does the size on this, no, that's the track progress. I need to do this on the thumb. So on our thumb, when we're setting the thumb, so right here's where we'll do it. No, I didn't save it. Okay. Touch target center, and its point is going to be. This is why I wish it was already something I could use, but oh well. We'll just do x plus size, right? Y plus size divided by 2. Now, if I did my math right, I think I did, and I hooked that up right, we'll get that target that moves around, so we'll know if we're touching in it. So that way, the reason we do that is we check if we're touching on the actual circle, but I have a tip target that's bigger than the actual touch target.
I mean, the actual circle. So you can draw the tiniest little circle. We're still going to use like a 44 pixel touch hit. So we'll check if you click on a slider. If you click off on the side, it's not going to actually do the dragging stuff because you just clicked. But if you click inside the thumb, then it says, hey, we're dragging, and it lets you drag. All right. Oh, that did not actually draw big enough. So our 16, I knew we need padding. All right, let's go see what's going on with our touches, because I'm not getting anything. His tracking is false. What is our target? Y is -14. That's our issue. How can Y be -14? All right, let's go fix that. And let's also make that taller. So the reason it's too big is we're drawing a circle with a thick thing, which is too thick. So we're just going to put this at 20. That'll give us a little bit of, wait, I don't want to start yet. All right, so let's go look at our setting our center. So when we draw our thumb, dirty rect.height minus size. Oh, our Y is already in the right place. Is our X in the right place too? I think it is. I think that's all we needed. And we can always draw that target just as a debug thing if we need to know. Yeah, he's already getting the heights and the sizes, and he's finding it for us. Awesome. Right, because the Philly lips are, you're telling at the center. All right, is that going? So now our touches should work, I hope. We're getting pretty good shape. All right, so now if I click, his tracking is true. All right, so I'm gonna remove some breakpoints. And let's see if we can, look at that, guys. And that's right. Minus my ugly default colors and my computer's going ridiculously slow. That's drawing right. That's so exciting. Oh, beautiful. All right. That's one slider done. Of all three he committed. We still need to come up with a way to switch these styles. But let's see if this one we can do way faster. We don't need any of that. All right, draw order. We don't need, because that's going from elsewhere. All the static voids go away. we're just going to go grab over a couple things. Oh, this is using that slider height still, isn't it? All of these get changed to all right, and so this is doing, we're going to do the same size. Oh, I messed those all up. Just one more. All right, so we've got those fixed. So then we also need to do the size on this thing. Now the desired size, we're just going to do the same thing we did for the Fluent one. I don't know why I didn't just copy that. All right, so we have that. Oh, did I not read? I need to go redo this. All right, so we're going to do just copy this. All right, so now we're going to go grab the same touch stuff. And we're just going to drop this in here. Okay, so let's go grab draw thumb. Just going to put these in here. No, I did the wrong one. I always track progress. Oh, that one's actually drawing text. All right, so we've got that one. So on this one, we will override. All right, we've got that one in there. And then we'll do, this one's going to be an override as well. Now all we need is the thumb. Oh, I cannot scroll. I really need to start my computer. That's right. We might fix, see how fast this goes, and then maybe I'll be done. All right, so now we just need to draw thumb on this one. Now we just need to do the track stuff. And I'm just going to copy that stuff because I'm pretty sure it's going to be right. All right, so in here, all right, we're good. That looks right. I think that has everything. That should have been really fast. Now that we've done it a few times and we know what we're doing, this is really exciting. That wasn't bad at all. Let's go. Let's go. All right, that's going. All right, so now, is that the Cupertino one? Is it basically the same? Well, it's not doing those default things. I did not. I forgot to charge it last night. We'll come plug them in just a minute. Oh, these don't have a draw text. Why isn't draw text going? I know why. So we need in the slider handler. Let's move this down. Now, are I slider drawable? Draw text. We'll throw that in there. Now on our slider, so tired of seeing beach balls. All right. And that has that draw text with that kind, which is perfect. Now on our, let's go fix these. This, did it have a text? It did. All right, so now we should have text. All right. I think the Cupertino one went. I just don't know. Why is that blue? Oh. I have the thumb set. We'll try changing it, see if it hot reloads like it should. All right, so that went. Hey, the number's printing there now, though. How do we turn that off, though? Because I don't always want that there. That's still pretty cool. All right, so that's working. Now I want to go to my app and turn off that blue.
Okay, it went back to black. That's not Cupertino style though. I thought that would have been slightly better. All right, so let's go on our Fluent and let's kill our horrible colors. And I also had a green, didn't I? All right. So we're good there. So let's stop that. That got Cupertino working. Let's quickly see how fast we can do material before I end. Luckily, most of this is just deleting code. All right, so now we've got that. Now slider is going to draw thumb. I just like doing this to get the signatures right. Material does not have a draw text. So we're just gonna have it do nothing. All right, so now we just need the track rec stuff. All right, so we've got that. Let's put that. And we're just gonna go copy that same code because I'm guessing it's the same. All right, so we've got that. We need one more of those for the touch target. And we're good. All right, touch target is there. And let's go at that end. All right, so let's go change that over to material. So we have material. I didn't change it, huh? Let's go rename that. Oh, no. All right, so now that that's there, let's rename. All right, so now we technically could swap out those drawables on the fly and invalidate, and it would redraw very differently. Let's see what all we need to commit. Added, what do we add? We added, I don't know. All right, so the one thing that we should do is create like explicit or do something off the style. I don't know. we need a way to switch between the drawing way. So I haven't done that yet. That's still a to be determined, but this should still, oh, I reset. No, did I reset that? No, I didn't reset it. Okay. All right. Well, this is pretty exciting. I am really happy with the progress we made today. That slider was really, really quick to do after I got all the hard work figured out. We haven't done the Android interactable stuff yet. I still need to do that. That's, again, not hard. The code's already written. I just need to go into here and grab it. And then snag. Yeah. Oh, I might not be setting the frame on those. Remember how the height thing was weird? Now I want to debug and see why. Oh, we didn't do the height. So all right. So we've got that, get desired size, blah, blah, blah. Let's throw that onto material. Make it the same size for now. Did I take that from the wrong thing? No, that looks right. Wait, what's this? Oh, this just needs to be named. I really messed that up. Well, that's embarrassing. Did that not do anything then? What happened? This is really, the ID is really confused now. Yeah, that should be fine. All right, well, let's see if this runs. If it does, I'm happy with where we're at. I'll work on some of this other stuff later. There's still plenty more to do. We'll get the Android stuff in and some of the other touch targets later. At that point, we'll have touch targets. I'll want to rip this out so it's not dependent on Comet. Right now, some of the extensions are. Past that, it's not, though. So a lot of this is pretty generic at this point. And the beautiful thing about these things being as generic as they are, we can submit or do it as a separate NuGet that depends on Maui. And if you enable this stuff in Maui, you'll get it for Comet too, and for the MVVM, which is really exciting. That's awesome. I like it. All right, but our slider's gone. Our slider's gone. Where'd you go? What did I break? I'm going to undo that commit so we do that all as one. Material slider handler. But why aren't we getting the slider handle? Its size is off. Ambiguity between... Okay, it's caught up. That makes me wonder if it used this. All right, I'm getting towards the end of my useful thinking. I'm getting tired. But why is that height wrong? It's using that, right? Let's just trigger a hot reload. Oh. Same issue with the frame. That's the same issue we've had on all of these. It's using the slider height for its Y. So I want to put a breakpoint right here and see if maybe I'm just screwed up on my handler. My handler might need to go and set the value on the frame, and I might not be doing that. And that could be why the height's not right. We'll find out. We'll find out. If it's that, that's a really easy fix. I just want to see at this point what the slider's frame is. And if it doesn't have a frame, I didn't set it. No, it has a frame. Why is height? Okay, that's a comment bug. It has to be. I still think it made more sense to do it the way I was doing it. Yeah. I think. I'm wondering when those are used. If those are used for layout, that'll mess up a lot of things. I'm wondering what they use on... Yeah, I'm wondering what they use on the controls. Okay, let's see what that does. I still think I'm going to fix it to be what I was doing, because I think what I was doing was right. So... all right. I think that fixes it, and at that point, we're just going to be happy. And we're going to move along. But like I said, I'm towards the end of the stream. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out. Let's see if this works. I want to make sure it works before I stop. I don't see anything. All right, but let's go instead of slider height. instead of slider height, that'll fix it. All right, thanks guys. I'm gonna get this code committed. We'll push it up so you guys can try it out, play with it. But I'm excited that it's up there. It's in a branch. The graphics controls on Comet, which is really, really awesome. I'm glad it's working. It's really exciting, kind of crazy. But I'm going to pass this off. Javier, I know, is going to continue working on these. Maybe I'll work on some more of these again tomorrow, try and get more of it figured out. Most of the architecture is pretty good. Some of it's a little off, but I think we're in a really good place with this. So I'm just going to check and make sure this thing works. And if so, I'm probably going to sign off. There's actually a Q&A happening over at Microsoft Developer. So maybe we'll stop over and check out and see what they're doing on their stream. Hopefully they're doing something cool, something fun. Where's my breakpoint at? I think that height stuff I did on Vue jacked that. Oh, I already pushed it too. No, I didn't. Yeah, I knew that had something to do with layout. All right. So what that should do is take into account whether or not it's been measured. If it's been measured, we'll use an actual width. If not, then that's something to fix for another time. Okay. Last test, and then I'll be done. Let's see this. You can do this. And yeah, if there's any of this stuff that interests you guys, or if there's any of these controls you guys want me to work on, feel free to take a look at it. Message me, let me know if you want to take a stab at some of these. I know Javier is now going to work on some of these since I've got some of the basics done. And we're going to try and get as many of these controls done. And then we're going to probably keep them in his library. We're going to rebase that against Maui. We'll put these handlers. That's actually what I should be doing. I need to work on doing a pull request of getting that stuff into his. And my IDE is freaking out until I close and restart. So I'm just going to assume that stuff is right because it should be. I'm going to push it up there. Yeah, next phases, and maybe that's what I'll work on tomorrow, is trying to get this into an actual pull request onto the graphics controls. And at that point, yeah, we'll be able to get these in as an additional NuGet that depends on Maui, and then you'll be able to opt into adding these controls into Maui, and you'll be able to just use them in Comet and say, hey, I want to use a Comet Skia control, and bam, or graphics control, and you'll get these custom drawn, custom rendered. So everything will look the same on iOS, Android, Windows, Linux, web when we get there, and you'll be able to do everything, which is really, really exciting. So I'm happy with the progress we made. I'll continue on again this tomorrow. Depending on meetings, I might be able to stream. I don't know. But you'll see some more commits, and hopefully we'll get this stuff merged in really soon. Thanks, guys. I'll be back again soon. See you guys later. Hang out, and we're going to go raid and see what's going on with this Q&A. See ya.